Back with another review. Quickly following up, I kind of, figured that now that I'm back in the swing of it, I gotta, keep making them while I still got the energy. Really though, I actually just didn't want to eat or didn't want to cook because just went rollerblading and now I'm really sore and tired. Rollerblading is, I think, one of the most underrated quarantine activities that had a weird upswing. It's really big here too. I got some Arbys today. Some of this is stuff I've already had. Others, not so much. Oh, that does not seem good. So I got a buffalo chicken slider, some mozzarella sticks and jalapeno pepper, or jalapeno poppers, curly fries, of course, and then the classic beef and cheddar. I have actually never had the classic beef and cheddar, so this is surprisingly going to be the star of the review. So we'll get to that last. I'm not eating quite all of this on my own. Luckily, my housemate has helped me through this. All right, let's start off pretty simple. This is the buffalo chicken slider. I remember it being pretty good. It's been years since I've had one, but basically it's one chicken, buffalo chicken tender with some sort of sauce on it. So first of all, the tender is cold. It's definitely cooked. It doesn't have the raw chicken texture, but it is a little cold. Relatively crunchy. The buffalo sauce, kind of overpowering. And then whatever the white sauce is, you can still taste that, but you can't taste the chicken tender. The bun's a bit stale. Not as good as I remember it being, but I'll look a buck. Good post rollerblading snack. Wow. I really miss doing these. That's one good thing about living with a bunch of people again. More people to film. It feels pathetic filming myself eating fast food, which is really depressing, honestly. Alright, so I think first thoughts. Stale bun, cold tender. Can't really taste the chicken, but the sauces themselves are pretty good. So I wouldn't say it's entirely a waste of a meal. And it's cheap. Next up, we're going to try some sides before getting to classic. I've been rewatching Evangelion again. It's the first time watching it with other people, which is, I think it's my third or fourth time watching it. But definitely, I don't know. Still kind of feels like a show I mean to watch alone, because, I don't know, it affects me way too much. Sometimes I wish I'd seen it as a teen when I'm probably supposed to see it instead of watching it in my mid-20s and getting way too obsessed with it. We'll use the marinara. Marinara sauce is too sweet, so I'll have to take the next bite without. Pretty solid. It's just basically string cheese and a little fried thingy. Maybe if I'd eaten them right after buying them instead of having to drive 15 minutes, it'd be a bit better. But the cheese is a bit stale, which is a bit of a problem. But otherwise, I don't know. These are better than a lot of the fast food mozzarella sticks on the market. Which is really only, I think, Sheetz and what's the other one? Burger King. McDonald's used to have them, and they were always frozen. They served them frozen, really bad. So I think they had to take them down because of that. I gotta finish my Evangelion. The Evangelion crew gets fast food vignettes. Those were really good, because I don't think I ever got Arbys. But I think I made a good one for White Castle. Just short little two paragraph fan fictions. All right. These are really good, the jalapeno poppers. Very good balance of like a slice of jalapeno with some cream cheese and then the breading. And unlike everything else, you can actually taste every single part. They're not that hot. There's a little bit of spice, but I mean, I remember growing up, I always thought jalapenos were like super spicy, even though I'd like never had one. But and then they're like not. They're like a pepper you can kind of just eat on its own. But the pepper itself could be maybe a little softer, so it doesn't like come out when you just take a bite of it. But overall, I'd say these are probably better than the mozzarella sticks. You know, they're $3, which is a little on the pricey side for a side, unless it's like, you know, a bunch of cheese curds. But overall, pretty solid. What would Ray get at Arbys though? That's the problem. Like nothing besides the sides are vegetarian. I feel pretty bad for her. I don't know why I just dipped the fry in the mozzarella sauce. I'm not going to review that bite of fry since it's not supposed to go in the mozzarella. Alright, fries. I mean, Arby's curly fries are a classic. What's there to say about them? They live up to the hype. These aren't as crispy as they could be, but great flavoring, perfect thickness. Honestly, the only thing they're similar to I can think of is the Checkers fries, which are actually really similar, but not curly. But never get the cheese sauce at Checkers that they'll recommend for to get with the fries. It tastes like puke, or like bile. It's really horrifying. Yeah, I mean, like I don't know. I can't really think of much to say about these fries because they're what they're said to be. Now for the beef and cheddar. I've never actually had this from Arbys. The only time I think I've done an Arbys review before was their really gross pork belly sandwich, like 4 years ago? Holy shit. Yeah, what? Because I've been out of undergrad 3 years now. It was my second or third fast food review, and I started the fast food reviews after getting incredibly depressed junior year and having to leave early and then getting McPizza on my drive down. And so yeah, it would have been 4 years because it was then the junior year. That was a horrifying year. I think 20 is, I don't know, 20 is the worst year in general. I really feel bad for anyone who's 20 right now. I mean, like, you know, it's not like things really get better, but 20 is probably the worst. Alright, so it looks like a little bit of grease is puddled on one side. Alright, the cheese looks disgusting, I'm sorry. I would rather a slice of cheese, but I do appreciate the just melted sort of... I mean, it's similar to the White Castle cheese I ate the other day. Like, kind of sweet. You know, Velveeta or whatever. Try the roast beef itself, because I guess that's where the pride and joy. Oh, and then I also had the Arby's venison sandwich. That was fucked up. If anyone knows an Arby's that will sell me a Meat Mountain, though, please let me know. The roast beef's actually pretty good. Really thin sliced. Which is probably good. I wouldn't trust Arby's to make a good, like, thick sliced roast beef. Probably come out undercooked. It tastes meaty. I always forget roast beef is beef for some reason. Like the fact that there's like sliced deli meat that's cow. Because I always think of deli meat as like turkey, meat. No, not chicken. Like turkey or ham, I guess. Like, you know, I just think of it as different animals. I'll try it with some Arbys sauce now. God, I still can't stop thinking about evangelion though. Somehow, I wish they had, you know, fast food, some way to review fast food and evangelion. I don't know what I'm saying right now, but hopefully that was mumbled quietly enough that I won't make it into the review. It's a little smoky. Sweet. This actually does, you know, Casey, you were right.
Put some horsey sauce on it too.
Arbys sauce, very solid addition. I mean, like, the thing is, a lot of these chains, right, like, make their sauces specifically to complement their main item. Or at Taco Bell, like, you know, Baja Blast is designed to go well with Taco Bell flavor set. I'm serious. That's why it's often hard to find in stores. And if you have it without Taco Bell, it's good, but it's not as good. I remember once we made a drink that was a shot of Everclear and a shot of Baja Blast, and just take that straight. Horrifying. You don't. It also doesn't taste much like Everclear. So you get drunk very fast without realizing it. And then Everclear itself has like a weird sort of like, so you feel really lucid and like almost sober. Don't ever get drunk on straight Everclear is what I'm saying. Like, that was again something I did a lot when I was 20. So yeah, bad year. Yeah, the horsey sauce, nice horseradish taste, which really complements the roast beef. I think I like this one better because it does cut through a bit of the weird sweetness. Oh, the bun is actually really good, by the way. You can't really, the onion and like poppy seed comes through a little bit, but it's mostly just the texture. Really kind of just fits well in your hand. Unlike this bun, it's not stale. Try both maybe, get a little wild in here. I do love a good horseradish sauce though. It's the best thing about Passover is eating like just the straight horseradish. I love doing that. A little bit too much sauce probably. Yeah, both sauces just drown out the entire sandwich. I'd stick with the horsey sauce personally. Yeah. So I guess overall, I should finish this, I guess. It's not too heavy, but I do feel I will probably feel like shit later today. And I still gotta write this fucking Aristotle paper. It's like on something like I don't think is a plausible reading, and also I don't really agree with, like politically, but I just gotta turn it in. Still need to figure out how to write a paper on evangelion. I've actually thought about doing this for one class where we covered affect theory a bit. I was reading Butler on like precarity and affect, and actually the way she describes the self, it's like there's some references that are like very similar to the AT field, but I can't spoil it because Casey's watching, or watching it for the first time. So. Yeah, alright. Sorry for getting distracted. But overall, beef and cheddar. Without sauce, pretty mediocre sandwich. I probably wouldn't get it again. But with the sauce, with especially the horsey sauce, it was solid. And especially we got the 2 for $6 deal. I'd say it's worth it. I don't know if I would necessarily get it again, just because I don't go to Arbys that much. And when I do, you know, I kind of want to try like the weird ass specials. Their fish sandwich was actually surprisingly good. But yeah, not the pork belly. I don't think they have that anymore, thank God. And then you've got the weird like market fresh sandwiches where like, you know, because all their advertising is about how much meat is in Arby's. And then you've got the weird, oh, healthy, fresh market. It's like, what the fuck? Buffalo chicken slider. If the tender was hot, probably be much better. If the tender was a bit thicker too, would also be better. Main problem is the chicken and bun. It feels like, I mean, it just feels like this was like left out for a few hours. Mozzarella sticks, okay, would probably be better if they were fresh. Sorry, but you know, better. Oh man, not as good as the old Mac and Cheetos Burger King used to have. Those were the best like fried cheese item that I've seen on the market. But you know, it's worth it. Better than the ones I got like the one time driving through upstate New York. It was at this like the fucking I ordered it was completely abandoned in this abandoned post-industrial town. Like I ordered and was just sitting around, and like one of the people just like, employees just like appears behind me. Didn't hear them come up and gives me my food, and I was fucking horrifying. He just drove out at like 60 miles an hour. I should have gone through the drive-thru if I needed to pee. I listened to like all of Carrie and Lowell on that drive like 3 times over, and that was a weird experience. I was really depressed. Jalapeno poppers, star of the meal. Yeah, really nothing bad to say about them. Probably one of the best fast food sides I've had. Definitely worth the $3. And the fries are the fries. Alright, I think that's it for today. I hope this review was informative or entertaining in some way, but I'll sign off for now. I'll try to get something interesting and like some sort of new deal. I'll be going back to NC soon, so maybe I can review some Bojangles. Alright, have a good one.